All right, we're recording.
So this episode of Translation Lost is brought to you by Hindi Links for you.biz.
No, it's not. It's not.
1,
It's
2,
not.
3, 4. Spreading bullshit, whatever the cost. But the translation's been lost.
I don't know if I did that right.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I did it right. I never know if I do it right. It's so
Oh, well.
short that if you make a mistake, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's
you just
lost.
got to commit.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone. We're 2 weeks early.
We are 2 weeks early.
Yeah. But we're celebrating Christmas nonetheless. We're
of
very
course.
festive.
We've got hats.
We're both wearing Christmas cracker crowns because for some
Yes.
reason we pulled Christmas crackers tonight and that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm also wearing your father's robe, which is very elegant. It's very Sherlock.
Yeah, it's
an-
like a smoking jacket. It's not a smoking jacket. It's like a
similar,
silk
though.
robe.
It's like a silk robe.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it, and it's covered in
Yeah, it's
paint.
very
I
nice.
feel artsy. Yeah.
I have not the usual rum and coke this time.
No, we're breaking tradition to create a new tradition.
No rum and coke. I've got a glass of mulled cider that I
Mulled
mulled myself
cider.
right before the show.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I didn't know what he was doing. I was like setting things up. I actually prepared something, but we'll get to that a little later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little sizzle.
I
A
didn't.
little sizzle for you there.
Dara's drinking a Pepsi.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm drinking a pint of Pepsi, which is actually the last of your Pepsi, and I apologize for that.
Oh, that's fine.
Brian's
I don't
mother
drink
actually
Pepsi.
made me like a full meal tonight.
Yeah,
chicken
we had a proper
and
dinner,
mash
you know,
and ham and gravy. It was really good. And then warm brownie. Well,
Homemade
with
brownie,
homemade
yeah.
warm brownie with cream.
You know, it's a little celebration here. It's the Christmas special. You know,
Yeah,
we're getting-
exactly. Yeah, we're getting festive now.
Getting
It's
festive.
worth mentioning that there is actually just a house party downstairs as well. Not a house party,
Not a
but
house
a
party. There's
gathering.
visitors.
A gathering.
There's
There's
visitors.
visitors. And we were just in the other room
You
watching
can.
Batman and Robin in Hindi.
Yeah, in Hindi.
So, yeah,
So-
yeah.
So-
That's the thing. It's the Christmas episode, ladies and gentlemen, which means
I had a very special idea for the Christmas episode because, you know, Dara's been behind the scenes. He's been a real diva. No, I've seen him watching all the movies that I've put him because I've been picking all the movies because I just do.
because I'm not willing to put the work in if I'm not asked.
Yeah, and when you don't put the work in, you get burned.
yeah, I suppose that's fair.
So I've been picking the movies, and I decided for the Christmas special, Dara picks the movie, and it can be any Batman movie or any movie he wants.
It's my show this week, bitches.
He can pick a Batman movie, and we'll watch it in Hindi, which is what
And
we
that
did.
is exactly what we did. And I'll admit that I was conflicted. I was trying to decide because there's quite a few good Batman films. And you told me, which I was quite surprised by, you've only seen the Nolans and like
there's
like
only
Under the
Batman
Red
movies
Hood.
I've seen.
And
I saw Under the Red Hood when I was like 13.
that's
so
a really good one.
that's
There's
a
a lot
long
of
time
great
ago.
Batman films. There's a lot of really good animated ones. There's a lot of not so good animated ones. There's like for the New 52, they started doing like it was actually a pretty cool idea. They released a bunch of animated films that all tied in together. So there was like an animated film universe.
Yeah.
And so like the Robin like was Damian Wayne, and there was a Dick Grayson, and they would appear in like multiple films, and they
Oh,
were the same
cool.
voice actor,
Yeah,
and the same
yeah.
character design. It was all the same coherent story.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
a lot of those are really cool. I actually watched one during the week with Amanda and our dorm mate. We watched Justice League versus Teen Titans, and it's Damian
Oh
Wayne.
yeah, you were
Robin.
saying you mentioned this, and
It's
I said
quite cool.
Yeah.
It's I've seen it before, but I think I missed the end because I was quite surprised by the end. But it's really good.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's great, but it's more comic booky. And Damian Wayne is a fantastic character, and he's really well portrayed in all of those anime films because they released a lot of them. So a couple of them are a bit hit or miss, but for the most part, like they tend to be quite good. Yeah, it's a good standard, especially compared to their cinematic stuff. So
Yeah. This mulled wine is still extremely hot,
okay,
and I
fantastic.
don't want to drink it yet and burn my mouth.
Yeah, okay. Well, that gives
So-
us time to ask.
So I'm gonna open a beer.
Oh yeah, go for it. That gives us time to ask. Well, how was your week, Brian? Actually, I have two personal anecdotes reserved
Okay.
for this segment. I couldn't decide between the two, so I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. My week has been the start of my week was horrible.
Okay.
I was working for several hours and then sleeping for like 2 hours continuously from like Sunday to Tuesday
All right.
to get work done early. I wanted to get it done like early so I could enjoy my Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
So I
yeah.
managed to do that on Tuesday, and ever since then I've been playing Assassin's Creed
Nice.
and generally
yeah.
just chilling out because I'm free.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
feels
it's pretty
good,
good,
man.
isn't it? Yeah, I'm not. I'm still in work. I'm still in college as well.
Yeah.
I've got one more exam next week, and then I've got I've got a paper due at the end of the week, so I'm gonna be in Dublin all week. And then after that, the week after that, I'm working 5 days in a row.
Oh wow, that
Yeah,
sucks.
so and I'm still working the usual 4 days next week, so gonna be busy. But so I've been doing exams this week, but the personal anecdotes I was referring to.
Oh yeah, let's get
they
into yours,
both
'cause mine was
only
nothing.
take place over the course of the last 24 hours, right? So the first one is kind of a bummer for me, so I'm just gonna breeze through it. I was in the shop in Dublin Street on my own today, which is just like a smaller shop than the busier one that would be in the heart of the town.
Yeah.
And I'm there's no bathroom, so I have to leave to go to the bathroom. So one of the lads
Where do you go?
the other lad who works in that shop goes to Supermax, but you have to like walk past them and go upstairs to go to the one in Supermax.
Yeah.
So I usually wait until later on in the day, and I just stay dehydrated all morning, and then I go to the one in Tully's, because in Tully's it's a pub. They don't care.
Yeah, I don't really mind.
They don't care at all that I'm just like coming in, and like a couple of the lads who work behind the bar like come to the shop, and they know full well that I'm just standing there, so it's grand. But I went to and I wouldn't mind, except last night I was discussing with one of my co-workers that I was like, why do I have like a key for this shop and a key for the other shop on Dublin Street, and I just have them on two separate key rings? It doesn't make any sense. Why am I like that? I should just put them on the same key ring. And then today I went to go to the bathroom in Tully's, and I left my key inside. I grabbed the wrong set of keys, the set of keys for the other shop, and I had to sprint down to the other shop, which admittedly is only like a 2-minute walk.
Yeah.
But I had to sprint down and ring, because I left my phone in there too. So I had to sprint down and ask the manager, my manager in the other shop, if I could borrow his phone and ring the other lad. Now the other lad, he was there in a flash. He was there.
So wait, what was the problem? You couldn't get in?
I couldn't get back in because the door locks when it pulls behind you. It's just an old wooden door.
And the shop was closed at this point.
You would know. I was no. It was like 5 o'clock, and I was just running out to go to the bathroom, and I put the note on the door that said back in 10 minutes. And then I pulled the door closed, and then I realized I'd forgotten my phone and I'd forgotten my keys.
Okay.
I'd grabbed the wrong set of keys, the set for the other shop. So yeah. So it sucked. But the more amusing one I found anyway was that last night I went to that vault thing that I mentioned possibly on the last episode.
Oh yeah, shout out to the vault.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
great place
10 years
for the
old.
youth.
Yeah, Jimmy might be listening. If so, hi Jimmy, how are you?
Jimmy.
It was nice hanging out with you last night.
It was nice hanging out with you.
Several years ago. Yeah, when you were still a grown man. We're grown men now too.
Gave us a place to do music.
It was savage. It was good. The vault was great. And if young people are listening to this, which I presume they're not, like our friends are listening to this.
Yeah,
but if they are,
we're too old for young people.
Yeah, no, definitely. We both got facial hair.
We don't even like Star Wars that much.
Oh no, we don't. I'm wearing the T-shirt again. I'm wearing the Star Wars T-shirt again. But
I'm wearing a Breaking Bad T-shirt. I think Breaking Bad's the worst TV show. No, that's a lie.
That's just flat out not true. But yeah, no, I went to the vault thing and then I got a taxi home. All right, and I got in the taxi and I was like, it was really cold, and like the opening line, like the icebreaker with this taxi driver was like, "Oh, it got quite cold, isn't it?" And blah blah blah.
It always is.
Right? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, and then you talk about how busy it's been that night. But yeah. So I was like, to be honest, I was like, I've got this big coat and I've got this like scarf and I've got my headphones cover my ears like earmuffs, and then I've got this cap which like keeps rain off. I was just talking about how like I felt like I was pretty like booted for looked after for winter. I was like going on around about this, being like, yeah, you know what, I think I did it right this year. And the taxi driver is like, oh yeah, you know, I understand what you mean. Yeah. See, I hunt. And when you're hunting and you just start talking about that, and I was like, whoa, that's a massive jump, man. That is a huge jump. Like I could have been so against that. I could have been so anti-hunting.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I was just like, dude, I can't believe you're just willing to jump into that with a stranger in your car that you have to sit through about 5 or 10 minutes of a drive with.
That's weird.
Yeah, I was a little taken aback by it, but I found it a little amusing, so I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, no, if that happened to me, I'd be like, oh, this is so much better than how busy you've been.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about your fucking hunting. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah. It was kind of cool. It was kind of weird. He was a bit weird.
Well, like here in Ireland, it's a necessary thing. Like, it's for pests and stuff.
Nah, he kind of implied it wasn't so much just pests. He just hunts. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't really know. I don't want to discuss the ethics of it. I know nothing about anything. Yeah. But I'm undecided on how I feel about it. I guess like whatever a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on the idea.
Pests,
so I was kind of like, maybe don't bring that up. It's a bunch of strangers.
Someone could really take offense to that.
Yeah,
like really take offense to that.
Yeah. Amanda knows a girl that she works with.
Maybe a taxi driver is not that interesting a job, so he's got to like
jazz it up a little bit.
He's got to put himself on the edge every now and then.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, well, if like maybe instead of having absolutely no eventful car journeys that night, he'd rather have one that's eventful for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I think we've unraveled the psychology of this random taxi driver quite well. Yeah. I wouldn't mind, except I was quite excited to see him. Because I get taxis home every now and then because it's getting cold. And, I got a little bit of money now. You know, I do all right. And
you do okay.
I do okay.
You got taxi money.
I'm real tired, like all the time. Like I was so tired last week, but I'm even tired tonight. I'm working a lot, like so. Sometimes I'm just like, it's too cold to walk home to Granny's, and it's like £6. So I just get a taxi, and I keep getting this really weird dude who like bites his nails while he drives the car, and then he's a little bit condescending. Because one day I got a taxi with Amanda one night, and she made a mistake adding up the change, and he commented on it being like, "That's the problem with people your age," and we were just like, all right, you've made so many great life decisions. You're a fucking taxi driver in Carlo. That was mean. But that was mean. That was real mean. That was real mean. But he's really weird. He's really off-putting.
Suddenly Mr. Vape Shop's doing well for himself.
Yeah, to be fair, I am like following like the most hipster trend. I'm just cashing in on that so hard.
Well, that's the thing. Like I've gone from...
At least I'm not weird about it.
I've gone from making okay money. I was working on a film for a while.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What I've found is that you're either like making decent money and really tired all the time, or making no money and you're super energetic, which is me right now. Because school...
Yeah, I'm less energetic. I'm never energetic anymore. So
the light's gone.
Oh God, man, that light went out so long ago. Yeah, it's been.
So this is the Christmas episode.
Merry Christmas, everybody! I'm so festive.
All right,
I've got a wait. Hang on, wait 1 second.
I'm gonna try this mulled cider.
Oh, by the way, I didn't bring a decoration this week.
Yeah. Again, he forgot.
Again, I forgot, but it doesn't matter because none of you give a shit, and I don't really give a shit either. It was a stupid idea.
You're probably gonna forget the rest of them.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? Too. We'll judge it on a week-to-week basis. But I did bring, and this is just coincidental.
He brought his vape.
Candy cane vape flavor.
Okay, I've actually tried it. It's really good.
It's really nice, isn't it? Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
It tastes like candy cane.
It does. It's really crazy. Hard. It's a little rough on the teeth. After a little while, you definitely need to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
frequently.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing with vapes that I've found.
It's so sugary and sweet.
It's sweet, but like when you get a flavor, you're like, holy shit, that actually does taste like that flavor.
Sometimes the
ones that I've gotten have all tasted like.
Yeah, but like
shit.
I'm like, here's the stuff that's good. You know, I work there.
I'm gonna take a little bit of this.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, vapes, and I'm gonna try this mulled cider for the first time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Taste test.
Here we go. This is like a reaction video, but a podcast to mulled cider.
Oh shit, that's fucking delicious.
Oh really?
Do you want to try a little bit?
Definitely not.
That's a mouthful.
Thank you though. Thank you for being so kind.
Yeah.
And having me
I'm gonna offer. I'll always offer you. It's just you'll never take me up on
no, never ever. Yeah, but thank you though.
I'm a bad friend.
Do you know what Amanda and I did? It was like last week. We bought a thing of roses between us. And I feel like as a couple we kind of stand the test because we discovered that between us we each like the exact same amount of the roses.
Oh,
now there's one of them. There's two of them that we both quite like, but we've managed to divide them up pretty equally.
That's really good.
Yeah, and then there's a couple left over, but you know we got dorm mates, so. And eventually, if you know, I think the thing in Ireland is you have a child and then you try to push them to like the roses you don't like, so that none of it goes to waste.
Oh, that's a good idea. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, I've always that's one of those things that I've always been like, oh, I wonder what I'll be like as a father. Well, I know one thing for sure. I'm going to make them enjoy those fucking ones with the little nuts in them. You know, those trifly ones. Doesn't matter if they're allergic. I don't give a shit.
See, I've always had the idea of what if you had a kid and you made that kid's taste really cheap?
Right? Like just like if you've grown up on like Aldi and Lidl, how can you ever know? Well, like look, to be fair, a lot of people have. I eat loads of Aldi stuff.
Like, what's your kid's favorite breakfast? Oh, sugar puffs. Well, mine's dry oats.
Yeah, man. You know what I love?
You can buy them by the fucking bag.
It is dirt cheap. I love Choco Pillows. Remember them? Did you ever try them? They're an Aldi cereal.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like the milk doesn't taste that good after them, and I like the milk taste after them. But for some reason, I think it's a childhood thing. I still quite enjoy it, and they are dirt cheap. Like I used to buy them.
Growing up in rural Ireland, you get a lot of like cheap, tasty things.
Do you know what is the best thing? I had these for breakfast earlier today. The Jaffa cakes from Aldi are the best Jaffa cakes that you can get. They are miles better than the original or any other one that you can possibly get. They're the best. They're the perfect amount of cake and the perfect amount of jam, the perfect amount of chocolate.
They're called like chocolate orange sponge cakes.
No, they're just called Jaffa cakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're like, we know we're the best.
Okay.
Yeah, Aldi are very confident in their footing in the Jaffa cake quality.
You can get some weird
contest.
meats in Aldi.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I go when I go to Aldi. It's the weird meat section. Get some kangaroo. Got kangaroo steaks there before.
What exactly is the process for what's that called again? Your drink?
Mulled cider.
Mulled cider. How do you mull cider?
Well, what I did was I brought the cider to a boil and added all the spices and sugar and stuff.
And there's the lemon in there.
There's lemon juice, clementine juice, and orange juice in it, and poured all that in as well. And then when it had started to simmer, when you bring it up to the boil then and simmer it down, I added all the bits of fruit. It's like it's full of bits of clementine and lemon and stuff. It looks really festive.
Yeah, it looks a little gross to me. I'm not mad on bits.
The only thing is that I forgot to put a cinnamon stick in it, which you're supposed to do.
That would have been cool, but it's all,
really
I think it's LG. I think it looks pretty good.
Or a vanilla pod.
It's a very festive looking glass. Yeah. You know? Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I go hard in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm a kitchen boy.
Right, so should we start talking about Batman and Robin, Brian?
Do we have to?
I think we do. And the best part is I've got loads of notes, so we're going to be talking about this for a while.
Oh, can I like leave and you can talk about it and then I'll come back?
I don't know if we've specified, but it's worth reiterating that my Christmas present on this show is that Brian let me pick it, and I've decided to pick a really, really shit one, like notoriously the worst Batman film of all time. And to just make him sit through it. And like he's made me sit through the Monkey King and the Nazi
zombies.
I
didn't know the Monkey King or the Nazi zombies.
And Akira, which I understand, before people get mad at me, it's probably good, but not the way I watched it. It's probably good. Like the animation's very good. It's very impressive. Well done, everyone who worked on Akira. It's
funny because I just got the jacket.
You got the jacket. I was going to wear that, but I'm happy wearing this robe.
My girlfriend got me the Akira jacket for Christmas. Thanks very much. I love you.
It is really cool, but you're never going to be able to wear it around our friend group now. So
I can't wear it. I'm going to frame it and like stick it up on the wall, because if I wear it, people will think Michael Jackson before they think Akira.
That's true.
Because it's got like the buckles on the front.
I want to get the shirt that I wore when I caught fire framed.
What's that?
Oh. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Yeah,
I caught fire in Finch Shed. Yeah. I thought I was sitting on a laptop charger. It was a candle. His mother washed the shirt and then hung it back up in his room for him.
That's great.
Yeah, being like, Darren, I want this back. So yeah, I want to frame that. If he still has it, he's after moving. There's a Finn mention it anyway for everyone.
Yeah, there is a Finn. There's going to be another later.
Yeah, it's the Christmas episode, so that should be part of a drinking game. Right. Anyway, Batman and Robin. So Batman and Robin was directed by Joel Schumacher.
Yes.
It was the 4th installment. I'm taking the lead because I know this stuff this time, and I don't even have to look it up.
Oh, we should probably tell them how we watched it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So that brings us to our sponsor for the week. Which is hindylinks4u.biz. If you didn't hear me say it earlier
please don't go to hindylinks.biz because, like, did I say indie links?
Yeah, I think you may
please don't go to hindylinks4u.biz because I'm pretty sure you'll probably get a virus.
Oh yeah, you probably did. Yeah. And you the only thing I know for sure about our sponsor for the week, hindylinks4u.biz, is that on hindylinks4u.biz you can watch Batman and Robin in incredibly low quality,
like 144p,
like the most insanely bad quality, but with no subtitles. Which we have yet to find. It's dubbed in Hindi. We've yet to find that. That's the first. That's a first. So I maintain that was fate.
Yeah, that was like one of the easiest finds.
Yeah, for real. Like, yeah, it was. Well, I looked it up in work. I was like, oh man, I forgot to do that thing. So I like looked it up on my phone, and I was like, there's one in Hindi, and I clicked on it, and obviously a bunch of pop-ups came up.
Yeah.
And on my phone, I couldn't like close them quick
work.
enough to get, and in work.
Yeah.
To,
that's
like,
got to be like
open...
some kind of HR issue.
Yeah, so I showed
Someone
up, and Brian
that.
was like, do you have a film? I was like, maybe. And then we were like looking at possible alternatives. Like we looked at, is it Jingle All the Way? Because that's
Jingle
on Netflix.
All the Way, Deck the Halls. No, we wouldn't have done Deck the Halls. I've seen that. That movie's great.
Yeah. Okay, well then. No, that's not what we're looking for here.
No.
Sorry, by the way, if everyone can just hear me bouncing my leg on the chair. It's creaking slightly, and I'm not going to stop.
Oh, wow.
Right, so...
I don't think anyone can hear it.
Right.
I hope no one can hear it.
Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Wait.
It makes it...
No one can hear it.
Okay, cool. It makes it more homey, more realistic.
We're doing sound checks live.
Yeah. That's how we roll.
It's Christmas. I don't have to do shit.
Yeah. You just drink your mulled cider. So it's the fourth installment in the franchise of Batman films that started in 1989. The first two being directed by Tim Burton, which are notorious. Now, those are famous for being like dark and broody and like the turning point for Batman. But if you go back and watch the first one in particular, Batman 89, it is incredibly camp, but it's just dark. Like the colors are just dark and the tones are just dark. And then for the second one, Tim Burton didn't want...
To be fair, the dark colors and tones is kind of a Batman thing.
It suits Batman a lot better. Yeah. Well, before that, all they had was the 66 show. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and like other
that was kind of the
like,
first.
And like movie serials from like the 40s that my grandmother had
What about
seen.
the comics?
Oh, the comics existed. Yeah.
Were the comics dark and brooding by then, or were they?
They were kind of turning that way, but the art style was still a bit flamboyant. The art style only really got dark in like the 90s. That's when things started getting weird. For
everything
books.
got dark in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
It was great.
Yeah, The Matrix came out.
90s comics, fucking amazing.
Yeah,
There's some crazy shit in there.
But ridiculous, but amazing.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but so Tim Burton didn't want to come back for the second one. So to persuade him, they were like, "You can do whatever you want with this." And so he made this incredibly weird, just grotesque,
so he made Twin Peaks
super
season
gothic
3.
film that's entirely focused on like the villains. And the climactic scene is Penguin, played by Danny DeVito.
Spoilers for
the spoilers doesn't matter. These
50-year-old movie or however long ago that was.
Oh God, is that? It couldn't be.
No,
that
it's
long.
not that long.
Like, it is like 40 years.
No, it's 30.
Oh yeah,
it's 30 something.
God, we suck at maths. We said that this episode was going to be out a week from now as well.
Yeah. We left out a week in December.
Yeah. Now we've both made a terrible math error on the show. What is it? What was I saying? So, so he just made. The climactic scene is Penguin, Danny DeVito, vomiting up a bunch of black goo, unexplained, and then collapsing in a heap and being dragged back into the water by his penguin servants. So that was a weird film. And then after that, they axed Burton, and they were like, "Okay, your vision is not working.
Maybe we made a mistake here.
We can't sell toys around this." So they went with Schumacher.
Penguin action figure with black goo action.
I'm pretty sure it was Schumacher who did Forever, but I can't be certain. It's not worth checking.
No, we checked his
IMDb. You're right.
Yeah, me and Ali did, and it didn't seem to.
But anyway,
he made Flatliners though. That movie's great.
Yeah, this movie not so much.
No.
So they made Batman Forever, which introduced Robin, and it was a bit more camp. And Jim Carrey was the Riddler. Tommy Lee Jones was was Two-Face, and he was terribly miscast. And it was incredibly dumb, but it was a little bit fun. Yeah. And then they made this, and this killed Batman. They had like a fifth one planned.
Was Forever a Michael Keaton Batman?
No, Michael Keaton was swapped out for Val Kilmer.
Oh yeah, it was Val Kilmer.
And then they introduced Chris O'Donnell, who's Robin in this as well. Who, by the way, it is important to stress, is a grown-ass man.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
He's the guy who led Al Pacino around New York in Scent of a Woman.
He had hair in that movie, though, I think.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He also had better fucking dialogue. And
yeah, that was a better movie.
Space to move and grow as an actor. But anyway, that's... So, right. And that's like... It's just a little bit of background of information.
Yeah.
So, Brian... What do you think the story was?
All right. So there was a crystal.
Yep.
And Iceman, Mr. Freeze, Iceman. He was like, I'm going to take this crystal, but in Hindi. And then Batman was like, hey, Mr. Freeze, I'm Batman. He says that in the,
Yeah, that's actual dialogue, which they just said in Hindi. They were like, "Hi, Freeze, I'm Batman."
Not in Hindi. That just the Hindi voice
in
actor
English
said
rather.
that.
Sorry, yeah, they just said it. They didn't just dub in George Clooney doing it, or like not dub anything.
They just did that bit in English.
Yep.
And then he punches him for a while, and they ice skate a bit.
Yeah. The ice skating. Yeah.
And then Batman stands around a bunch in the Batcave. No, they don't go to the Batcave for like ages. And then Poison Ivy happens, and Bane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then her and Bane do some stuff and spray people with her pheromones.
Yep.
And they all get
mad horns on for her.
Which then she doesn't do to Robin. She kisses him instead.
Yeah. Even though she's clearly able to just control you with
she could just do that to an entire room. That's incredibly overpowered.
Yeah.
And that's the problem when you do stuff like that. That's lazy writing.
Then you're like, okay, well, why is it that she has to kiss him now?
The rest of the movie becomes unrealistic. This Batman
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this Batman film, it's set in a neon glowing Gotham with bat nipples and bat crotch and a Batman who can't move his head and incredibly rubbery CGI, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's a scientist, and there's another mad scientist and he killed Uma Thurman, but then she came back as Poison Ivy, and he also created Bane by pumping him full of venom. Right now. That's the kind of world that we're going for here.
There's an opening. There's a woman auction. There is. And an observatory opening. Women. And Ivy shows up, and Batman gets all hot in the jeans.
Mm-hmm. Hot in that suit.
Whips out that Batman credit card,
which you got to see.
Flashing the cash. You know?
Oh yeah. And we discussed this, and look, everyone's discussed this. But does Batman go to the bank to cash he must have gone to the bank to set it up at the very least.
Yeah,
as Batman.
There's rules against going into a bank with a mask.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, especially in America. Fucking anything can happen in America.
Yeah, no, that seems... Or did he do it online, you think? Online banking?
I don't think that was a thing in the 90s.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We have to be realistic here, Brian.
Yeah, well, like, there's online banking now, and I still have to go into my bank to do stuff.
Yeah, same, man. I go into the bank every other week.
So, yeah, Batman walked into the bank one day, and he was just like, I'd like to open an account, put it under Batman.
Don't ask why there's so much money going into it.
Yeah.
Also, don't ask who I am.
They don't need to do. Man, there's just a whole thing there.
Can I come back later when you're closed? Just we can turn off the lights, and I cannot really. You can. I won't be not stealing really look from you.
I'll be bringing you into the bags myself. Yeah, and putting the money
if you could just do that, because I kind of just I need to buy some stuff.
Yeah, no, the Batman the Bat card, the Bat plastic was fucking stupid.
Yeah. Okay, so what else happened, like story-wise? What are we talking here?
And then there was some more stuff. Freeze got captured, and Poison Ivy broke him out and then killed his wife.
Yeah.
And blamed Batman. And then Robin was like, "You can't kiss me. I don't got lips."
Can I interrupt you for a second and just say I wrote this down, right? I wrote this as a note. So the line that is delivered. Hang on, I'm trying to find. Oh yeah. So the line that is delivered by Poison Ivy to Mr. Freeze to convince him that Batman killed his wife or unplugged her is Batman esta deactivate blah 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 blah, right?
Oh yeah.
Brian heard that as Madman esta deactivate.
Elsa, I said.
Elsa, whatever. It took forever to just
at least
subtly
2 minutes.
It took at least 2 minutes to hint Brian as to what she had actually said.
It sounded like Madman.
Man, it was. I was like, haha. I was about to turn around and be like, isn't it funny that they just left in two incredibly crucial English words? And you were like, Madman Elsa deactivate. Pfft, what's that about? Man, I was on it. I don't know. Okay, anyway, move on. What were you saying? You were telling us what the story was.
So yeah, she kills his wife. I guess.
Yeah, she
deactivates his wife.
Yeah.
And Mr. Freeze is like, no, but in Hindi. And then they make a big laser to shoot the laser at the sun and freeze the sun with a ray.
Look, that's what we think happened. I haven't seen this film in a while. There's a chance that they were only doing that because they then used that. Look, okay, first of all, Mr. Freeze froze the city.
Or was he going to freeze the whole world by bouncing the ray around?
There's a chance. Like I said, I haven't seen it in a while. But Yeah, I think there's a chance that they just used the sun. They used the sun to thaw everything out, and there's a chance that that's all they used it for. That he wasn't trying to freeze the sun, but he might have been, because this was that kind of movie. It is that kind of movie.
A little aside here, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
That Christmas hat, the cracker hat, and peaked cap combo.
Yeah.
I can see that being a thing.
Thank you very much.
I think you could pioneer this
Coming
look.
to a Christmas near you.
No, I think it could just be a. If you push it down far
I would
enough,
I would like to. I want to like. I'll post a pic later of when this episode goes up of what I'm wearing, because I feel incredibly suave in your father's nightgown and this cap.
I'll put a little it'll be like a Christmas.
Yeah,
card.
it'll be like a greeting. Yeah, it'll be lovely. Okay, so you keep talking for a minute. I'm gonna consult my notes. By the way, these notes that I wrote. Half like a little bit into the movie, I was like, "Yo, Brian, you shouldn't be writing notes. I should write the notes. You should be watching." So I took it, and so there's like 4 notes that are yours, and then the rest of them are all mine. So you keep talking for a minute. I'm just gonna read through them and see what gold we've got.
All right. So then they punch each other a lot. Batman flies in. Oh, there was this whole thing. Okay, I forgot about this whole thing where this girl is trying to get in. Because she's trying to get into the Batcave.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because she's Alfred's niece.
What's her name? She's not that known actress. I should know her name. I normally do. I knew it earlier. Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, Alicia Silverstone is trying to break in. Not break in. She's Alfred's. Is she actually Alfred's niece?
She's Alfred's niece in this. And again, in English, they said the words Uncle Alfred, right?
Uncle Alfred,
she's Alfred's niece.
Yeah,
but
I thought maybe she was lying.
So she's Batgirl, Barbara Pennyworth in this, I guess. But in the comics, I don't know if I hope you know this.
Yeah, it's
Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
Barbara Gordon.
I've read The Killing Joke and all
Commissioner
that.
Gordon in this is just a fat dope in like proper
he's
police.
The worst. And usually I like Commissioner Gordon because he's cool.
He's the equivalent of that Irish cop from the '66 Batman show.
Japers and Begorra Batman.
Is it like Chief
O'Houlihan or something?
Houlihan or Halligan or something?
I can't remember. It's some ridiculous
he's the equivalent
Irish.
to that.
It's some ridiculous Irish policeman name.
It's awful. It's awful.
Japers and Begorra Batman. Save our souls.
Okay, so I'm just going to interrupt you with a couple of your notes, right?
Oh, my notes. Yeah.
So the first one we've got is I kind of want, I think that's his son, Bane Juice, right?
Yeah, because I kind of want some Bane Juice. He got jacked real quick.
Yeah, but there was like when the mad scientist is like pumping him full of venom, there's a big container, and it's like one of those like stereotypical triangular shaped beakers that you would see in like a mad scientist lair, but it was huge, and written on it just said Venom.
Did it say Venom?
Yeah, it said Venom.
It said Venom, and it had a skull and crossbones.
A skull and crossbones. Yeah.
Who prints those?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he must have made that himself, like a label maker.
But she looked at the stuff later on, and it said Wayne Industries.
Yeah,
so Wayne Industries
true.
Printing big vats that say
you're
Venom.
right. That's a good question, actually. Yeah. See, now you know how I feel picking holes in like clearly far-fetched worlds where you're just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand this world. I don't comprehend. Right. So the next point you've got is Hindi voice acting, which you have written beside it. Not bad, except Uma Thurman.
Yeah, now, Uma Thurman. Whoever was doing Uma Thurman.
We discussed this.
Really bad because there was a scene where Uma Thurman is visibly shouting.
Yeah.
And the actress is just kind of talking.
Yeah. And we were like, ooh, she's real bad because this is like one of her first scenes before she becomes Poison Ivy.
But then we realized that her gimmick is sexy voice.
Yeah, I presume she's some kind of like Indian, not call girl because that means hooker, but the Babe Station XXX.
I could see her doing that voice, but I don't know if they have those channels
on TV at night. No,
I have no idea.
I bet they just ring English ones.
But she did like the sexy voice very well.
She did at times, but the whole like
she did it much better than regular voice.
These vocal performances were weird, man. A lot of them were real weird. A lot of them were quite good, but then the audio quality dipped massively at times.
Yeah, there was a lot of audio quality. Like that literally sounded like someone was recording off of a phone.
I have that here in italics. Because I thought that it seemed cooler. It says phoning it in, which is a pun, which is something I'm going to give out about later. Phoning it in because like there's a scene where Mr. Freeze is talking and it literally sounds like the voice actor is speaking through a phone, like on the radio or something. So that was very distracting. But then, like, Batman was pretty good, but...
Yeah, a lot of the voices were, like, fine.
It was really weird how Hindi quickly sounds very Spanish, and then at times sounds a little German.
I think it's because we have no frame of reference, so your mind tries to piece it.
Yeah.
I thought... Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of different languages altogether. I know it's not. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? The fact that the whole movie was Hindi means I couldn't hate it.
Really? You couldn't hate this?
We'll talk about that more towards
failed.
the end when I talk about my actual thoughts on the movie.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
That's a little preview. Christmas, little early Christmas, little sizzle.
Right. What else have we got here? You have written, "Fuck off, Arnie. You're not a scientist," which is in reference, of course, to the scene where he's.
Oh, you missed a bit.
Oh no, I'll get to that bit.
Okay.
I will get to that bit, Brian. I will read that verbatim. Right. So first of all, there's a shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger as a scientist pre-accident, and it's like a security cam before it all goes off, and then he falls into this vat of dry ice.
It's just Arnie, like, forced into a lab coat. Like,
yeah, he's just a 6'2" man, just bulking out of this fucking lab coat, trying to look intelligent when he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger might be the stupidest looking man of all time.
Stupidest?
Man, he looks like an idiot. He looks like an idiot.
I don't know. He's really smart. But
he looks like the brain inside of his head is like disproportionately tiny considering the size of it. He looks
nothing but hatred for
stupid.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You know
on
what?
This podcast.
I'm not mad about Arnold Schwarzenegger. He cheats on his wife all the time. I'm not crazy about him.
That's true. Have you ever seen his kid that he had with the maid?
No.
It's so funny.
Oh my god.
Because it's like there's no way he could deny it. Because actually, you know what?
Are you googling this?
I'm getting his.
Oh my goodness.
You talk for a second.
Okay. But like the thing, like look, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's just one of those guys. And when you see him in interviews, like he's always good fun, and he'll like say the lines from his famous movies or whatever. But he just seems like an insufferable git. And he became the governor of California.
There is no denying
that. Can you tilt the screen forward
There is no denying that is your fucking son.
Jesus Christ. He's so much better looking than him.
The fucking genetics.
Yeah, because he's not full of roids. Yeah. He looks a little like Jason Momoa's Aquaman. But incredibly less buff.
Really funny.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because there's like it's like
he's a bit of a scumbag. He's just I'm not mad on Arnie.
I like Arnie. I like Conan the Barbarian. It's one of my favorite movies.
Right, but I just need to point out that what you have written then below "fuck off, Arnie, you're not a scientist" is I've seen Pumping Iron.
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder. No,
I've seen Pumping Iron. That's so incoherent, Brian. Come on, you're never gonna keep up if you're taking notes like that. Pay more attention.
That's not a separate note.
What is it?
That's part of that note.
Yeah, I know, but
it's "fuck off, Arnie. You're not a scientist. I've seen Pumping Iron." That's a documentary he was in.
Oh, okay.
Way back in the day.
I thought you were implying that you'd seen him pumping iron.
Yeah, in the documentary Pumping Iron.
Have you seen that bit of that documentary where he's just talking about wanking, and he's talking about how lifting weights feels like ejaculating?
Yeah.
What a bizarre guy. What an idiot. Arnold Schwarzenegger is an idiot. He came over
from fucking Austria with nothing.
I don't give a shit.
Nothing.
I don't give a shit.
He could barely speak a lick of English, and now look at him.
He
was
still barely
governor.
speak a lick of English. No, he can't.
He speaks very good English,
but he's still an idiot. I maintain that he's an idiot.
And
he's not a very talented idiot. All right, he got movies in the 80s and 90s.
He's so talented. He's talented at being huge.
In the 80s and 90s, he was talented at being huge. Have you seen him shirtless lately? Look that up right now.
Oh.
He is a flabby, disgusting mess.
No, I don't want to do that.
No,
I like Conan
do it right now. I'm calling him out. This is the end, Schwarzenegger. This is the end. Translation Lost are fucking coming for you.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's happening. You take so long to type.
Yeah, because I'm at an awkward angle here. Man.
Look at his disgusting old body. Look at the fucking state of you, Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god.
You're a train wreck.
Oh my god.
You're a...
Look at him there, though.
Look at him.
Look at him. That's probably photoshopped, but...
He's so incredibly roided out in his youth. And then his disgusting, shaggy, wrinkly skin.
Look at him, though. Look at him back in the day. Holy shit.
But look at what it caused. Look at what he is now. And all he had was being big. He cannot act. He cannot act at all. His most iconic role is the role in which he has to deliver each of his lines completely deadpan because he can't act. He's good as a token huge guy, but he's not even good at that anymore. Fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't cheat on your wife. Boom. Wow. I would pick this microphone and drop it if I didn't. If I owe you money for it. I haven't actually paid you.
Yeah, we only have that mic too. We only have two mics.
Yeah, so we should probably move on before I draw any more attention
to the fact that I owe you money. Tirade.
Fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow.
Fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger. Merry Christmas.
Conan's still great.
Oh, fuck Conan. I haven't even seen Conan.
Excuse me.
So the first note that I took. Okay, so I'd like to say for the record that when you're listening to it, when you're watching it in like a foreign language, you actually do notice like more visual stuff that you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Typically.
Except in this because you couldn't fucking see anything.
Well, no, but you see the thing. Well, yeah, the quality was so bad.
The quality was like look at a YouTube video and turn it down to like 144p. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, honest to God, it's awful. There's actually a note here about remember that V in Poison Ivy's neck in her costume or bodysuit?
It was like 8 pixels.
It was like 8 pixels of just skin in this little V. It looked horrendously bad, and the shot was lingering. Like, it was terrible. But like, I find that this movie, like, there's so much visual stimulation. It's hard to take it all in.
There's so many colors and
I've
stuff.
seen it a lot of times, unfortunately. I'm sad to say. And I've noticed I noticed things this time that I wouldn't have before. For example, Mr. Freeze smokes a white cigar. Which
that's really cool.
That's really cool.
I think that's
really
cool.
like that.
I'm okay with
that's
that.
pretty good. Alicia Silverstone says the word fax machine.
She does say the word fax machine.
Says the word fax machine
at one point.
Oh, and there's a point I brought. I'm literally just barreling off.
Unless fax machine means something else in Hindi.
I find it incredibly unlikely. There was so many weird random points where they just dripped in a little bit of English into this film. It was bizarre. It was really weird, but it was like crucial plot elements sometimes, and then it was just fax machine. You know? It was a weird one now. Then there's the Hunger Games style reporter, right? Because there's a scene where Bruce Wayne. I should be letting you talk more about this film because you're the one who hasn't seen it. But I'll just say this.
There you go through your notes.
Yeah. You can do that. You've got notes, haven't you?
I left them downstairs, and they weren't that important.
Okay, that doesn't matter. I'll just let you barrel on because I assume I hope you've got some things to complain about. Maybe I'll let you do some of my notes. Because I wrote them with the intention of you being able to remember them. So yeah, like there's a bit where Bruce Wayne is opening the observatory, which is a really weirdly designed building. It's like a gigantic man, which a lot of the buildings in Gotham seem to be, holding up an observatory.
It's fucking sick.
It's a bit much, to be honest with you.
It's totally a bit much, but I like it.
I think it's ridiculous. But he's opening this observatory, and there's a conservatory. They're all just gather there and just grumble. It's like, all these neon kids coming into our fucking city.
Look, a conservatory is like a...
I know it's a real thing. I was trying to do a little thing. I was trying to have a little joke.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're going to sandbag me on Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm going to sandbag your jokes,
I'm not sandbagging Arnold Schwarzenegger. You on him. I'm sandbagging him. I'm calling it quits on Schwarzenegger. He's done. Let's let him die. Him and Madonna. It's over. Why is Madonna...
Madonna?
Man, Madonna has never stopped trying to stay famous. And there's nothing appealing about her anymore.
That's true, yeah.
You're old and you're done.
She's got scary hands.
I remember when I was in 6th year and I was in art class with Oisin and I went in one day and he was like, "Did you see the video of Madonna falling off the stage?" And we both agreed that was God physically pulling her off the stage and saying, "Give it a fucking rest, Madonna. We're fed up of your shit." Anyway, so
Happy Christmas.
But yeah, so it sounds like I'm the one who's had something to drink.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of Pepsi all day too.
He's all sugared up on Pepsi.
I had a Subway for lunch.
He's flying into a Subway rage.
I'm soaring high, man. I'm quite tired, so I needed to get through the day, and I don't drink coffee.
Wow.
So yeah, like so this reporter lady, like talking to him, being like, "Oh, but blah blah blah, can't it be used for?" I assume this is what she said. Can't it be used for terrible evil? And he's like, "Oh, nonsense." But
who's gonna do that?
But she's dressed as this like Hunger Games style lady in like a white polka dot thing. Yeah. Not quite as far as the Hunger Games, but it's really weird.
I said more Harry Potter.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, a bit more like that.
Like Rita
that really,
Skeeter.
What's the one name of that really awful woman who ran the school for a while?
Dolores Umbridge. No, I was thinking more Rita Skeeter.
The
journalist from the 4th movie.
I'm sorry, Amanda, if you're listening to this, but I don't know much about Harry Potter. She knows.
I
that
know
anyway.
way too. I've read the books
it.
like 8 times, and
Yeah.
I don't like Harry Potter that much.
Huh?
I liked it in my youth, but now I think it's kind of dumb, and I think stop bringing up Harry Potter all the time. It's stupid.
Man, have you heard about? Obvious. I assume you've heard about this, right? First of all, I've got 2 complaints. I know we're going very off topic, but the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Did you see that film that came out? Merry fucking Christmas, you asshole. Have you seen? Did you see the Fantastic Beasts film that came out?
No, I didn't.
It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I went to see it with Amanda. I did enjoy it, but at the end, right? Spoiler alert for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Okay.
At the end, do you mind?
No.
No, I didn't think you would.
I'm not gonna watch it.
At the end, Colin Farrell is the villain guy all the way through, and he's like working for the magical government or whatever, but he's a villain. And at the end, they cast a spell on him, and it turns him back into who he really is, and he's Johnny Depp playing a villain that like is like Dumbledore's enemy. Grindelwald, and he's got bleached white, like yellowish hair.
Yeah.
And a bleached like mustache and little chin bit, and he looks fucking ridiculous, and I hate Johnny Depp as well. That's right, Johnny Depp is also through. This is it. It's the end of the year. We're just cutting people off. We're just who else needs to go? Loads of people need to go. There's been loads of terrible shit happening lately. We're just axing them all. That's come on, people. We have the power to make these people not famous anymore. What are we doing? Murder on the Orient Express wasn't that great either. It was okay. It was fine.
It? I haven't seen it yet.
It was fine.
I was kind of looking forward to it.
You know what? Johnny Depp was actually better in that film than he usually is because he played it relatively straight rather than going incredibly eccentric, and he died very early in the way.
You know what movie you would like?
What?
21 Jump Street.
Because he gets shot, yeah.
In the neck.
Yeah, he does. He's actually quite good in that, but for the most part, he seems like a bad bloke.
That is
some
a
real
weird
bad
movie.
bloke shit about him going on.
I sat down to watch 21 Jump Street kind of on a whim, just like, it'll probably be meh.
Yeah,
you know, it'll be a meh comedy.
It's fine. It's pretty funny.
I watched it and I was actually like really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think those movies are really good.
Jonah Hill is like Slim Shady. That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, I think those movies are both really good movies.
Yeah, and you know that extended scene at the end of 22 Jump Street
with all the sequels, then like they have him replaced by Seth Rogen and stuff. So good.
It's so good.
But anyway,
so
Batman.
Funny. Yeah, I'm gonna pass you my notes.
Where did you?
I got down as far as the observatory and the Hunger Games reporter lady. And you can take it from there, Brian. I presume a lot of these will apply to you too. Don't flicker onto the other page though, because that's for later. Sizzle. Oh. Do you hear that sizzling?
I want to flip to the other page.
You hear that sizzling?
All right, so we're just going to go through some of the notes here. There was Hunger Games reporter.
We already fucking did that. Come
Weird
on,
visuals in general, we did that. Mad sound quality, we did that.
Yeah.
iPod computer.
Oh, that was insane.
There was a computer that I'm pretty much convinced is just a framed picture of an iPod.
Yeah, but it's like a giant iPod, but it's like one of the old iPod Nanos, or like not an iPod Nano. It might have been
2 bits on like attached to the side.
Yeah, it's just a really really big iPod that Alfred uses.
It's like as big as an iPad though.
Yeah,
but it's an iPod Nano.
Maybe
or
a little bigger.
Yeah, maybe
it's ridiculous, and I can see that in the 90s. Maybe they thought that's where it was going.
They were wrong.
Stupid. They were wrong.
Yeah, they were stupid. We're getting rid of buttons, idiots.
Yeah, altogether. Yeah, just the one for me, thanks.
Yeah, not even, not anymore. We're getting rid of that one too. We don't need any buttons.
Up and down. Well, you'll be gone soon enough, I'd say. The up and down volumes.
We're getting rid of the phones.
The lock. How are we going to unlock our phones when they take away all the buttons? They're going to find a way.
Yeah, that's going to be a weird thing.
Isn't that a weird thing for the future to be so obsessed with? How can we minimize
we do this
buttons?
weird thing where we put into perspective what we think the future is like based on what we can do now, but we don't know what they're going to figure out.
Man,
because it hasn't been figured out yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
I was looking at Spotify the other day because Amanda pays for premium. I just use hers.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I was just looking at it and I was looking at the app and I was going back and I was like going to search and I was just looking at all this music and all the covers and all the playlists other people have put together.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I remember Bluetooth and stuff onto my Sony Ericsson phone. And you couldn't walk too far away. No, worse than that. I remember infrareding the original memes. Do you remember those old pictures that people would just have on their little
infrared them phone? Over, yeah.
Infrareding. And if you move even slightly, just a little inch, it'd be gone. It'd be fucked. Yeah. See, we're at a weird... We're a weird middle ground generation, I find.
Yeah, because still had technology, just not where it is now.
We're still kind of millennials, but we were just about old enough to remember.
I didn't
not
get the
being
internet
like this
until I was like 14.
And
when I got the internet, it was shit internet.
I didn't get Wi-Fi until I was like maybe 16, 17.
Yeah. I think
we
that's
had a
probably
modem.
for the best.
We had a modem, and only one person could use the internet in the house at a time. And back then, like, if you wanted to use... Back then, fuck, I'm so old.
Yeah.
Man, going to that vault thing last night made me feel so old.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but back then, right?
I don't think I could hack it.
Yeah, back then, if you wanted to use the internet, you're charging yourself like 60 cents per minute that you're on it.
Yeah.
On your phone, like.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. When I was in the vault thing, it dawned on me, right? The vault was 10 years old. That's a 10-year thing.
Yeah, and we've been going there.
10-year anniversary. I've been going there since I was 12, my very first music club thing, and then
I was
later
in
that
music
summer,
club.
yeah,
That's
you were.
where we met.
Later that summer, I turned 13, so I'm 21 now. So what's that? 8 years of the vault.
Yeah.
The vault had only been a thing 2 years when we started.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, all of our friends and listeners. You're all as old as us, and life is shit and not lasting.
Oh, man.
It's all going downhill.
Think of how many hours you waste when you're asleep.
Yeah, think of how many hours you're wasting listening to our show.
No, don't. It's not a waste.
No, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Blissful ignorance. Blissful ignorance. Go on.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So, okay, iPod computer. How tall is Arnie?
How tall is Arnie? He's 6'2".
Yeah, we looked it up.
He's 6'2". But there's 2 guards who bring him into his cell who are significantly taller than him.
That's why I was like, is Arnie actually not that tall?
Yeah, we had to Google it. I
think it was because he was so muscular. I always thought he was like 6'5".
But 6'2" is pretty tall, especially for actors and stuff.
Yeah.
You ever see the picture of him with Andre the Giant and somebody else? They're lifting him. He looks so small. I know we've looked up 2 things already.
I love pictures of tall people with small people.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you seen a picture of Andre the Giant holding a can of beer?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, man, that was a fucking.
It looks
huge
like you
dude.
remember those little cans of like Coke you'd get as a kid. It looks like that. Yeah.
Sometimes I see them in like pound shops and it's like €5 for like 24 of these, and I'm like, ooh.
Do you ever buy them?
No, I always want to though.
Sometimes.
If I have like my own apartment, I'd say I'd have like a little box of them tucked away somewhere.
I mean, I when I used to drink sugary drinks, I would buy those because when I drank out of them, I felt like I was a giant.
Yeah, right. And
even like when I was like 20, I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like if I eat one of those chalk stick sweets now, I'll still pretend it's a cigarette. Yeah. I don't even smoke anymore. I work in a vape shop.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. You got to keep the imagination alive. Keep going.
Spotlight is too small for the bed. Yeah, that was like some
just
weird
inhumane
Guantanamo Bay shit.
You explained that. I feel like I've spoken too much.
This was in Arkham, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, his cell was up so high.
Yeah.
And there was just like furious crashing waves, like maybe like maybe 2 skyscrapers of a fall below. Out from his window, from the wall.
And that guard fell down there. And he's gone on.
Yeah, he's gone on in my words.
That's what Dara said. He's like, man, he's gone on. So yeah, the spotlight was like on his bed, the spotlight that keeps him cool because he needs that or else he'll get all crusty. But the spotlight's not
crusty jugglers.
Sorry,
that's a Hot Fuzz joke.
Oh wow, that's bringing me back. I haven't watched that movie in ages.
That's a great film.
That's a fucking
what a good trilogy.
Movie.
Edgar Wright's the best. I haven't seen Baby Driver. Have you seen that? It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be savage, man. The way the music, really?
Yeah, I went to see it in the cinema.
You thought it was too long. 10 minutes too long or something. But the music in it's supposed to be great.
It could have been like half an hour shorter.
Yeah.
The music is great, but at the same time, it's kind of like, all right.
Okay, yeah.
Stop.
Right.
Let's make a movie, not a music video, please.
I know. I think it's cool to have try different ideas.
I don't think it deserves an Oscar nomination.
I didn't know it got one. That's crazy.
Oh no, was it got Oscar or Golden Globe?
I think it, maybe a Golden Globe or an Emmy.
I don't know. I don't keep up with fucking award shows.
Something musical. Maybe I don't know. Who cares?
So yeah, the spotlight is like too small for his bed, and like kind of half off the bed too.
But like part that's missing. Part of the bed that the spotlight doesn't reach is the pillow, where his head's gonna be, where he's gonna be breathing.
Now he could move the pillow, but
like he's still gonna be half not on the bed then if he moves the pillow.
At the point that it is in the movie, he might as well just sleep on the floor.
And they go out of their way to like he tries to escape, and it shows you what happens as soon as he steps out of this very small, tightly condensed little spotlight of cold.
Yeah.
And he fries up like you said, he got nice and crusty. Yeah, so that was incredibly inhumane.
That was fucked up.
What a terrible way to treat people who are mentally ill. And it's a mental asylum, and his room is up that high.
Was he mentally ill?
It's a mental asylum.
Yeah, I
and
suppose.
he is mentally ill. He's got his wife frozen.
That's
in
true.
a tube in the back room.
That is true.
And he was making his henchmen,
sing a song about ice.
Sing a song about Mr. Icy or Snowy or something.
Which, all right, this is where it gets a little bit annoying. Because they start with that, and they're like, look at how zany Mr. Freeze is with all these ice puns and
his
whatever.
white cigar.
And then it cuts to him crying over his wife, and you're like, I feel like there's some dissonance here.
And then he's just got that woman, who, by the way, right, everyone in all of his like hench people are like they're freezing and shivering all the time, and they're in like they're in big jackets, like big coats and like big hats. And they're like constantly like rubbing themselves to maintain heat. And there's just this scantily clad woman walking around being all seductive. She has fur, but her like arms and legs are exposed.
Her arms, legs,
her chest,
her
like her
cleavage, her like stomach.
It's ridiculous. It's totally unreasonable. It's quite sexist. That's not fair. Why should she have to work under those conditions? How does she not notice?
But she didn't seem uncomfortably cold.
I bet you if she looked cold, he would have hit her. I bet he's that kind of dude.
Oh,
because
no.
Fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. We're done with Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is the end. End of a fucking era, Arnie. You're done.
So, yeah. Droogs. There was a couple of droogs in the motorcycle scene.
I wanted you to bring this up. I haven't actually seen Clockwork Orange. And I know it's been so highly recommended to me because I love crazy people. I love like crazy characters, and I love playing them. So I love seeing them. So it's been really highly recommended to me. I also love The Universal by Blur. Finn doesn't. Second Finn mentioned in the podcast. I quite like the Universal.
There's more coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to be very good, Clockwork Orange. Apparently there's a very graphic rape scene, and that's part of the reason I've been avoiding it so hard.
You just kind of
grit your teeth and get on with it. I don't know if I can. I will. I'll get around to it.
It's not there for no reason. It's character building in a way. Yeah. The book is worse.
I trust that because people recommend it to me that it's not tasteless and incredibly
It's not.
offensive.
No, it's very good. It's
obscene.
A very good movie.
But it's such a bizarre scene having it, and one to know that it's in it before I go to watch it. It makes it a little bit daunting.
See, in the context of the movie, it's not a bizarre scene at all. You're just like, oh, that's fucked up. But I get it. Like
You get it.
No, I don't get it. I mean,
too.
I know why the scene is in the movie, but it's still fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, it's. I know. I'll get around to it, but I think I need to hype myself up a bit more for that.
So Robin goes to a motorcycle thing or whatever.
He follows Alicia Silverstone because she sneaks out to it,
and then he has a motorcycle and he has a fucking helmet with a robin on it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he has a helmet with a robin on it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and they have this like motorcycle chase sequence, and then they fall off a building.
The most boring motorcycle chase sequence I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's no good.
Which is saying something.
Yeah, and it's all neon and colorful, and it's so not compelling at all. Like you kept getting really distracted. You got really distracted during this film, so much so to the point that I had to force you to watch it.
I started drawing on my fingers. With a marker.
Yeah, you did that for quite a bit, and I had to sit through a lot of shit, so I was like, no, I'm making you watch this.
That's true.
And I dragged your attention back to it.
Oh.
What?
Audacity just froze for like a second.
Ooh, that was terrifying.
Oh, no.
I saw it kind of happen out of the corner of my eye, but I was like, oh, maybe it'll just be none.
Continue and hope that we don't lose an episode. Coolio was there. No one knew it was Coolio. I was like, that's Coolio. And they were like, we can't tell. The quality's too low. And I was like, no, that's Coolio.
Yeah, it's such low quality, and you knew it was Coolio. I mentioned...
dude.
It's Coolio.
It's Coolio.
I mentioned this to you while we were watching it, but for people who don't know, there's a deleted scene. I think it's on YouTube. A deleted scene from Daredevil, the Batman, the Ben Affleck one. Yeah. From the 90s. Is it the 90s? I don't know. It's bad. There's a deleted scene online where Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock is defending Coolio in court.
Wow.
For crimes I cannot recall. But, you know.
I don't know. He's a juggalo now. Did you know that?
No, I don't know what a juggalo is.
Fuck, we're going to have to do some Googling after this. Yeah, the pixelated V, we got that. Batman versus Robin. I said that by accident multiple times.
Yeah, and I wanted to write it down because it was so stupid. But you know what? They were kind of versus each other. There was a big thing of like Robin being against Batman and not wanting to be a sidekick anymore in this this film. That was a big deal. Remember, he wanted that Robin light in the sky, which is obviously a line you didn't understand. But outside of Poison Ivy's place, she had.
I want my Robin light 2.
Yeah. No, you keep saying that as a joke, but that is legitimately how the dialogue goes. He's like, why isn't there a Robin light in the sky, huh? Huh? Why want a bike? Why don't I get a car? Chicks dig the car. Oh my god, huh?
Why am I not called Robin Man?
I was in an Oscar-nominated film, and now my life's gone to shit. Yeah. No.
We going after him too, or?
No, he's
not
fine.
really his fault.
He was pretty good in Son of a Woman. I would like to see him to do something that is not total shite. I presume he's done things since then, but
George Clooney.
maybe not. I wouldn't be surprised.
George Clooney, no. No, don't like him as Batman.
Yeah,
Doesn't look right.
just let's have your thoughts on him as Batman for a little while. What do you think?
Doesn't look like Bruce Wayne.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
He
Doesn't
looks
look
really
like Bruce
old.
Wayne. That doesn't bother me. I don't mind an older Bruce Wayne, but I don't know. His hair didn't fit right.
Yeah, I don't know. And he's wearing those turtlenecks all the time. And I know, like, it's the 90s or whatever.
Black turtleneck and grey pants.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but he didn't look fit. He didn't look like Bruce Wayne. He didn't look that warm or kind. You know, he's supposed to be like this really suave, incredibly good-looking, young, handsome
Just kind of looked
dude.
like an asshole.
He did look a bit like an asshole,
Walking
didn't
around
he?
like a dick
His
everywhere.
incredibly old butler, who, by the way, he like the doorbell rings at one point, right? I'll get back to there's an aspect of this I'll get back to in a second because I want to hear your take on that too.
Okay.
The doorbell rings and you hear like that you see Batman and Robin as Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson just turn around and look down the stairs at where the door is.
Oh.
And Bruce waits for a second and goes, Alfred? And Alfred doesn't come. And then he walks down the stairs. Then he opens Alfred's bedroom door and he goes, Alfred. And then Robin goes and answers the door. And you didn't know this, but Alfred is like, oh, sorry, sir. And Bruce is like, oh, it's the first time in 50 years, Alfred. Don't worry about it. But then if it's not, don't worry about it. Why did you like go into the room and be like, are you fucking deaf? Are you deaf, you senile old man?
Oh, Master Bruce, I've just been in here coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Get the fucking door.
Yeah. What time is my breakfast going to be? Okay, so what I wanted to ask you was, and I already know the answer. Did you pick up on the fact that Alfred was dying in this film?
No.
Because
It was like, Alfred's okay, but now he's dying.
The very first shot of Alfred in the film, he like says something to Batman and Robin, and then Batman and Robin go, and then the shot lingers on Alfred. And at the time, I was like, oh, look at this. But I knew you wouldn't pick up on it because it was so early in the film. And there's a moment where Alfred just looks away, being like, oh. And I was like, oh, I'm so old and frail. But that's the look he gives, where he's like, oh, if only they knew I was old and dying.
I can feel my kidneys shutting down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was dying.
I can't believe I'm still standing. I had to walk down all those steps in here.
The Alfred in this movie was an old bitch, didn't do shit.
Yeah, no, he didn't do fucking anything. Nothing at all. All he did was give Alicia Silverstone a Batgirl costume, and a rope and free reign to swing all over the city with no training whatsoever. His niece, by the way. That's all he did. And he did that from beyond the grave.
Okay, so, like, can we talk about the password on his computer? The password on his computer was PEG.
Right.
Fucking PEG. 3 letters. 3 letters. And as soon as you open this computer, it immediately tells you that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
It's all diagrams of the Batplane, the Batmobile, and then just a massive red bat light symbol that is so bright that in a fairly well-lit room, it just shrouds her entire face. It's just this bat symbol glowing from the computer screen. And not only is his password PEG, which is a whole side plot you totally missed because you didn't understand what language they were speaking.
I don't care. His password was 3 letters long.
But on the desk, beside the iPod computer, was a picture frame of a woman in black and white, which her name was Margaret, by the way. And the picture said, "Love Peg, XXX." The 3-letter password was written right in front of the whoever was trying to hack into the computer. Luckily, just Alicia Silverstone.
Anyone could have... Look, I've sent you the passwords that we use on our shit.
Oh, yeah, they're incredibly complex. There was actually an annoying thing with our shared Netflix account during the week.
Yeah, so the password is... that, and this is for our shitty podcast. Neither of us is Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And has to keep that a secret.
If someone hacks into the podcast,
they're just going to be able to post on our Facebook. That's it.
And we are not going to be able to. We are not going to prison. Or I don't know what you've been sending people off the page. I haven't checked, but we are not going to prison if anyone hacks into our stuff. If anyone hacks into our Facebook, like all they're going to see is like Roshin being like, "You should watch this film," and just being like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Just people like emails and stuff.
Yeah, that's all it is. Not very many, like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna see shit, but like, and our passwords are like really
incredibly
I
long
made a point to make them like impossible to like.
It's
get.
kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Peg.
That's why I never post.
Peg.
Yeah.
For
so Peg.
Batman's computer.
Batman's computer. Yeah. All of Batman's confidential information.
I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad Alfred's dead.
Well, he's not anymore. He's not dead.
Can we drop him too?
He's not dead. I suppose. Yeah, we can drop Alfred, but that actor, I'm pretty sure he's dead in real life. So R.I.P. to him. But fuck that Alfred. He's no good.
Bad Alfred.
He's cute. He's dainty, but he can't do anything. He is Balfred. I'm not mad about Jeremy Irons either. A lot of people.
Do you think he's like, I don't know how to use the computer?
I think the problem is, I think him and Ben Affleck, are not too close in age, but the way that they're portraying Bruce Wayne is too close in age to
the Alfred. Yeah, Jeremy Irons is
trying to make Ben Affleck way older, like act way older. And it doesn't work. He should be a bit younger.
Yeah.
He should be a bit younger. He should be like Batman Incorporated or Batman. What?
We've been going for an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. I told you we'd have loads to say on this one.
I've
got
a
whole thing
long
planned
episode
too.
But
Christmas. You know what? Because it's Christmas and because it's my episode, right? Because this is my whole shindig. I'm going to pull a total Brian on it, right? By doing this. So this is why I don't usually do that.
Yeah, you ended the recording.
I ended the recording, but we're still recording on the same file. So you're complaining about nothing.
Yeah,
we fixed it. It was no problem.
It seems okay, and we've saved it up to this point.
Yeah, all
so
we've done as a result is saved it up until this point, and that's a good thing, Brian.
So yeah, we've been running on a long time, and we've still got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, are you kind of done overall with thoughts? And because I've got a little
thing. I'm done
with
the notes, but I'm just gonna
barrel on for a little bit. Will you pass me the roof pack? Because I'm gonna need it in a minute. Yeah. But let's just give me a couple of overall thoughts.
Overall
and views,
thoughts on Batman versus Robin. Wow, that was not intentional. So, because it was in Hindi and because it was in such low quality. Kind of gave it a goof quality. That meant I couldn't hate it. I was bored by the end, and I was fucking I want this to be done.
At no point do I feel like you were worse than I was watching some of the films we
had
to watch.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all, and I thought it was I'd like to rewatch it again in higher quality. I feel like it would be a good party movie.
It can be. I watched it with Amanda once, and it was pretty good crack. But
yeah, I didn't actually hate it. But it's a bad fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, it's really bad. Just imagine if I made you watch like 3 more bad ones in a row.
Not in a row. Not in a row.
For me in a row. It finished. The good one we watched was Crow Zero for me. I know Akira, blah 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 blah, but
No, I mean not in a row though, because it was like 2 weeks in between them.
Oh yeah, okay, well, whatever. But still, week after week, it becomes taxing, Brian. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, right. So are you more? I'm gonna move on. Right, I've got a little thing.
All right, we're gonna move on to our.
This is a little segment that I've prepared.
We're gonna pause the thing again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna get another beer, man.
You should have just. Okay, fine. He's gone to get another beer, and I don't know, guys. I just kind of feel like he could have done it while we paused the first time. I gave him the perfect opening. I don't know, I just feel like it was a little bit unprofessional of him. He wanted to do a secret recording like this when I was in the bathroom, but obviously he had to struggle with the fact that I accidentally stopped the recording. So just thought I'd fill you guys in, that there's a little bit of trouble in paradise here. Okay, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian has gone to get a beer, but he also got a Santa's hat. He's still wearing his cracker crown, and it is very clearly concealing the point where the hat says McDonald's.
Yeah, they sell them at Christmas for Crumlin Hospital.
Yeah, I've seen
which
them.
I, as a small child,
you went to a lot because you had 2 holes in your heart.
Yes.
Yeah, which is bizarre. Interesting, fun fact.
Fun fact, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about those hats is I've noticed them quite a bit. I've seen them every year, and look, it's a good cause or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not getting them to wear a Christmas hat.
It should be more fluffy, shouldn't it? The bit going around. I know it has to say McDonald's on it. But I don't think it does. Why does everything have to be an advertisement? Why can't it just be a Santa hat?
It's like a hard bit on top.
It's a tradition.
I'm not buying it for a Christmas hat. I was just going through the drive-through after handing in my work, and I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, see, we go to Harry and I we go to Tully's every year on Christmas Eve. My whole family, yeah.
Oh wow!
Before we go
nice.
to we go to mass, so we go to Christmas Eve on mass. We go to mass on Christmas Eve, so we don't have to go Christmas Day. It's annoying that we have to go at all, but that's a different story. I have to. I don't have to. It's tradition that before when we were in Tully's, Harry and I walk down to the pound shop and we buy some Santa hats or like a reindeer antler thing or whatever is there. Yeah, so that's always a little fun thing.
Yeah.
Right. So time for a new segment that
I am so excited.
It probably won't be recurring. And I'm just springing this on Brian for the first time, by the way. He doesn't know what this is, right?
Wait, before we do that,
okay,
let's do our emails.
Okay,
because we have one email, and let's not need them to the end this time, we've done before.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Ooh, even more sizzle. So much sizzle.
So much sizzle. I don't want to see it. Wait.
Oh yeah, 1 second.
I don't want to see it. Don't put it down where I can see it. All right. So we've got one here from
Finn, Psycho Finn.
Don't know.
So I haven't heard this yet. I'm hoping it's not. Oh, you said it wasn't all just abuse.
It's not all abuse. Yeah. It's all right. I'll just read it to you.
Yeah. Hit me.
All right.
Hit me.
I'm gonna just lift this a bit so I can like turn my head and look at it.
Did he use caps and all? Oh wow, it's actually very well.
Oh, it's
typed.
really well formatted.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, he did work in the visual doing that whole thing.
Yeah. No, he's
all about the fonts.
He's a writer.
But you can't really change the fonts.
How to write.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So anyway, without further ado, here is Finn's email. Hello, I am Finn. You may remember me from the group chat.
Or the many times that we've mentioned you on the show.
Yeah.
Every single fucking week.
We have a group chat with all our friends as well.
Yeah.
I am your friend.
We're quite unique in that way.
Yeah. I am your friend, and a light in the darkness of this cruel, cruel world. This is a list of my demands. 1. I want more movies in English entirely. Popular movies that everyone knows. Like Titanic. Do Titanic next week, you fucking idiots.
Titanic's so long. We're definitely never doing Titanic.
He wants it in English. He just wants us to review Titanic.
Amanda would love that too. She loves Titanic. It's way too long. We're not doing that.
No
to your demand. Go on.
No to demand
We're going to do
one.
these bit by bit.
Okay. More gay jokes. Jokes about bumming each other. That shit's funny / sexy.
But do you know what happened to me on Thursday night?
This is what brought it up to your memory.
On Thursday night, I was lying in bed.
Yeah.
And I was like watching stuff with Amanda before we went to sleep, and our dorm mate Mark came in, and he came home from having been at 12 pubs. And he came and knocked on our door, and when Amanda opened it, he ran in and he hugged me and he jumped into bed with me. And he lay there with me for a while just chatting, being like, how was your night and stuff. And then he left, and then he forgot his key and he had to come back, and he got back into bed with me. And he tried to watch The Office, which we were watching at the time, and I had to pause it again and be like, yo, Amanda can't hear from over there where she's standing while you lie in her spot. Yeah, no, it was great. It was funny. It was very funny. I was amused by it. He's a very nice guy. He better be fucking listening. I bet he's not. I'm going to make him.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So there you go, Finn. Demand 2 met. 3.
Keep it real.
Man, I am all about keeping it real. I am nothing but real. Think about how many celebrities we've axed this week alone. You know, we're all about keeping it real.
We're all about keeping it real.
We're all about keeping it real.
Every day.
Brian is currently holding the mic. He's keeping it
I'm
so
holding the mic
real.
Up with 2 beers in my hand.
With 2 beers
2 bottles of beer in my hand.
Beer culies.
Beer culies.
Yeah, Finn's going to be angry that he's not beer culies for once. That looks really difficult, drinking those 2 at the same time. Oh, you're literally drinking both at the same time.
2 beers at the same time with one hand. That was difficult.
He didn't do it easily either. Can I just say that? Like one
was on top of the other.
One of them was stacked on top of the other, and you let it dribble into your mouth.
Look, I didn't choose the beer life. The beer life chose me, and that's why I look like this. All right, 4. Never stop believing in yourselves.
I stopped believing in you a long time ago. I don't know if that's going to be a problem.
No, I believe in myself. You believe in yourself. We don't have to believe in each other.
Well, you know, I think, therefore I am, but I can't say shit about what you're thinking.
But I think as a collective...
First year philosophy
as a collective,
module, motherfucker. As a collective...
We believe in ourselves.
I
believe in both of us as a collective, but I don't believe in you as an individual.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
5. Dara recently lost a bet recently where the stake was he had to drink 4 cans of Monster back to back. I would like him to do this on the show.
Was that the stake? Was that the stake? I wasn't paying attention to that, for the record. I did not know that was the stake. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I knew I was going to lose that bet. I don't think I even really came forward and was like, I'm part of this bet. I was trying to put on weight with everybody because they were all doing with Finn, while Austin and Keith tried to cut weight. And I was like, I will do this with everyone because I need to put on weight. But I knew I wouldn't put on as much weight as everyone else. I think that's unfair. Well, you know what? I will consider doing it. Maybe for the next 4 episodes, I will down a can of Monster at the start of each one. That's
Perfect.
That is the compromise I'll come to. So demand sort of met, Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I almost kicked over my mulled cider.
Oh wow. Okay.
Awful.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you get a beer? Okay. It's.
I finished the mulled cider and it's full of bits of orange and stuff at the bottom, and I don't want to drink
not
that.
Good. Not good at all.
But it was really tasty.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Yeah, I would like him to do this on the show, maybe on an episode with a guest whose name rhymes with Finn, and then he just writes his full name.
Burn.
Yeah.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn's a free spirit.
And then
they
number
won't be able
6.
to find him anyway.
Number 6.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here! That's number 6.
I've got nowhere else to stay tonight. Like, it's a €30 taxi back to Carlo. I could call my grandparents, but my granddad doesn't really like to drive when it's a bit frosty.
I think that's just how he signs off on all his messages.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
And then he leaves it with a little amendum at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I am the one, I am the only. I created you, and I can and will destroy you.
His name on Xbox Live, I presume still is Finny Destroyer.
Yeah, Finny Destroyer.
Because he thinks that it sounds...
dude.
He says that... I asked him why, because I didn't know him when he made it. And he said that it's because... He thinks... He can't really remember, but he thinks it's because he was young and he thought it sounded like Fanny Destroyer. So there you go. That's just another little tidbit from Psycho Finn.
Psycho
Finn, the show's mascot at this point.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Big ups to Finn on that email. That was a fun email.
Yeah, it was a really fun one.
Really
I had a
funny.
good time responding to that. Thank you very much, Finn.
I read it like some morning.
Yeah. No,
I think it was a morning where I had a shitload of work to do and I felt really bad. And I checked the email and looked at it and I was like, oh.
Just brighten your day a little.
Yeah, that's funny. It made me laugh and I was like, thanks, Finn.
Yeah, so now the tables have turned to Barry, if you want to write again and be particularly hilarious. Or I am opening up to Usheen to write, which I think would be exciting. He listens every week, but Usheen, he's not a quiet guy. But, he keeps himself to himself sometimes. I would like to hear something from Usheen. Usheen's very funny. Usheen's a very funny guy. He's very witty. I quite like to text him. Yeah. I would like to get a little bit of an email from Usheen. And also, yo, man, you said you'd get all those people from college to listen. What's going on?
Yeah, dude.
Right, okay. So thank you so much, Finn, for that email. And now, without further ado...
Finally.
It's time for a game that I like to call Pun Time, Fun Time. A game in which...
I don't like the sound of this.
A game in which I invite Brian... to try and this will not really be recurring because it's quite specific. Okay. A game in which
this is a Christmas gift.
Yeah, game in which I ask Brian to try and guess some of the ice or cold related puns that Mr. Freeze made in this film.
Oh,
and I would just like to point out before we begin that this game is called Pun Time Fun Time, you might note, which is a rhyme, not a pun. And that's because puns are stupid and no one should ever make puns ever. Right, so... I'm going to be relatively vague with this because a lot of them are kind of specific.
So what do I have to do?
You just try and guess, list off a couple of stereotypical cold or like ice or freezy puns.
Okay.
See what you can get. I've got a long list here. I don't expect you to get all of them by any stretch.
Okay.
I'll tick them off as you go and we'll count down how many you got.
Okay.
Thank you to some random thread on the internet
that had them.
There was a list, like the 15 worst ones, and they were not the worst ones. There was loads of way worse ones. Okay, hit me. Here we go.
I'm going to start with the obvious, ice to meet you.
Yes, it's actually ice to see you, but I'll give you that one. Yeah, very good.
Cool off.
Cool off. I will give you that because he says cool party, which is a different thing.
Yeah,
but,
I'll take it.
There's several ways of going with each of these.
I don't know if I'd give that to you.
Like I said, they are quite specific to scenes, and you didn't know what any of them were in English, so... there's a lot here, and there's no way you're going to get them all. Some of them aren't necessarily puns. They're just generic cold phrases. So like standard phrases that are to do with like winter and bullshit like that. Okay.
Ice is getting thin.
Oh no, we don't have that, but we have something. You were off to a good start with the ice.
The ice.
The ice.
Let me break the ice.
Oh, actually, I do have that. That's not what I was referring to, but I do have it. Allow me to break the ice. My name is Freeze, and something, and then he tries to escape from the little spotlight.
Hi,
and then
Mr. Freeze. I'm Batman.
That is indeed in the film. I don't have it here because it's not a pun or joke of any kind.
Is that not that scene?
Oh no! It's not that scene. It's the one where
I thought that was Batman's response to his pun.
When he tries to escape from that little spotlight in Arkham, and the guards throw him in, and he's like, "Allow me to break the ice," and then he punches them, and then he escapes, and then he gets all crusty. And
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, so what else have we got?
Icetopia.
Nope, nothing about Icetopia.
This is tough.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little bit. That's why I said like a ballpark. That's why I gave you the cool off thing, because I know it is going to be quite hard. But I just wanted to see.
Say freeze.
Say freeze. There is say freeze. Yes! Yeah. We've got say freeze. Or I think he was just like, "Hey everybody, freeze" or something like that.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
So I'll give you that one. Yeah. Now there's a couple of other ones that I would consider to be fairly obvious. So I'll give you 3 more guesses. How about that, right?
Okay. Yeah. Shit.
Tension's high.
Chill out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there is one where he just says, "Everyone, chill."
Yeah.
So there's one. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. 2 more guesses.
Oh shit! This is hard, man.
There's a couple here that I would say are fairly obvious, but I can understand why it's difficult. Given the context. But it wouldn't be a game otherwise.
Man, fuck.
Some of them are a little bit more obscure, but they are still incredibly cheesy. I'll read them out to you when we're done.
Freeze you next time.
No, that's awful.
Yeah,
There's something in that vicinity that's very bad. You've got one more guess. Try and make it a good one.
Ice party.
No, definitely not. That was a very bad guess. Okay, so now you got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is not great.
4 out of...
Oh, so many. Hang on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I failed that test.
4 out of 15. Will I do the percentage thing? How do you do that? 4? That's nearly a third.
Man, I just did a 40-page map paper. Get that shit
okay.
out of my life.
It's less than a third. So that would be a fail, unfortunately, Brian. But to be fair, there were a lot of other ones on the internet that I just decided not to take because they were so bad that they didn't even warrant writing down. Right, so some of the ones we've got here, the Iceman Cometh. Right, you missed out on the Iceman Cometh.
That's a good one.
We've got this one. Ali said she was waiting for it. I was kind of surprised. Not surprised, but I wouldn't have guessed it. Tonight Hell Freezes. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. A bit obscure. I've grown cold to your pleas.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's no good.
That
yeah.
hurts.
You're not sending me to the cooler. Right? Stay cool, bird boy. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you that one as well because you got cool party and you said cool off. So he's saying stay cool. I feel like that's closer related to cool off. So I'll give you 5. You got a third of them right. Okay. It's a cold town. That one's shit. Tonight's forecast. A freeze is coming! ! What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. I've heard that said before.
This one is a really bad one, and I said that you were in the vicinity with one of them because you were just going, oh, this word kind of sounds like this word, but not really. I can't remember which one it was you said, but it's let's kick some ice.
Fuck, dude.
How bad is that one? And then I am the chilling sound of your doom. Is another one, right?
Oh no! I just ripped my hat in half.
Oh no! Christmas is over, everyone. It's done. That's something else. We're just
taking off all these hats. My hair is sweating.
Wow!
My hair is sweating.
Wow. Okay, he's really just completely.
I've got a lot of hair, man.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, hair like a lion. Some might say.
Yeah, some might say. We'll get into that later. That's a little sizzle.
Yeah, a little sizzle. And the last one, which was one I thought was kind of obvious, is and now to be fair, he doesn't say this. The scantily clad woman who must be freezing says this to him when he's being dismissive of her. Talk about your cold shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Merry fucking Christmas. Batman and Robin. I couldn't even make him hate Batman and Robin, everyone. I tried my best to repay him
Hey, man,
for the shit he's made me sit through. But you know what? You didn't necessarily enjoy it either.
I'm a positive person.
I'm a positive person.
It's Christmas.
I just go through life and I just portray good vibes, and it comes back to me. This is The Secret. You know, if you read The Secret, you seem like someone who's read The Secret. No, You're the worst type of person, Brian. You're the worst. Merry fucking Christmas to you. So bullshit for Brian? Or do you have anything else to say? I'm sorry.
To be entirely honest, fuck Batman and Robin. That movie sucked ass.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed watching it with someone. You know, I enjoyed. It was fun to laugh at bits of it. It's one of those movies, I guess.
Me and Ali.
But even to that point, by the end of it, I did kind of hate it. Like I just wanted it to turn off. But again, no, I didn't kind of hate it. I couldn't hate it, but I wanted it to finish.
Yeah, keep saying that, bro. I couldn't hate it. Oh, no, I couldn't. You
it was too silly.
Did. You hated it. That's okay. It's okay.
It felt like a B movie.
Come down to my level and just hate something for a while. Okay. Right. It's time. I'm going to adjust the mic a little bit. Bring it around here so it's a nice midway point. I think that might help a bit. Right? Or the guitar might be way too loud. Here we go. Ready?
Probably gonna be way too loud,
it doesn't matter. We're doing it. Merry Christmas. Bullshit for Brian. Did you hear that? I just missed that note. Bullshit for Brian. Bullshit for Brian. Hair like a lion. A curly-haired lion. Bullshit for Brian. Bullshit for Brian. No, I'm not lying. Time for bullshit for Brian.
That's my favorite one because I don't have
Christmas time because you don't have to play.
Oh, yeah, because I don't have to play.
Yeah.
I probably could, but like...
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, fuck it. You know what? That chord progression is not
because
it's not complicated.
Every time after we do the start one, I drop the mandolin.
Yeah,
and that probably
quite aggressively.
Not aggressive. I just kind of
just not gently. You know?
I could probably do it more gently, but I'd say fine.
You could. Yeah. No, it's. Oh, I forgot to adjust my mic back up.
Oh yeah.
Sorry to everyone at home there. I'm back. Dara's back in the room.
Our respective homes.
Yeah.
Get out, please.
Yeah.
That's weird. So
right.
what's your bullshit for me this week?
So bullshit for Brian this week.
Feed it to me.
So I wasn't too sure what to do the bullshit on this week, and I gave it a couple of thoughts, and to be honest, I decided to go with something that I know the Audacity thing is moving quite slowly and it's a little freezy, but I'd say it's just because we're going so long and it'll be grand.
We could probably stop and start again, but anyway.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. So basically, I wasn't sure what to go for, so it's not at all in any way related to pop culture. I literally just want to talk to you about the fact that for the last little while, I've been growing a beard. Yeah,
I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm working on a beard at the moment.
I didn't think you were capable of growing facial hair.
I wasn't sure if I was either.
It's looking better than my beard.
Thank you very much. I grew the chin thing like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and then I just had the little stash with it, and I never grew the connecty bits because I thought that would be too far. I didn't want the connecty bits to begin with, but then for the last little while there, when I had because I had it there recently. Just the chin and the stash. I was getting quite lazy with the sides and just letting the sides catch up. And I thought to myself, it's crazy that the sides are growing this much. I think this might be the first time in my entire life I've had the capacity to grow a beard. So I'm trying it out. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm shaving the neck, keeping it as tight as I can.
Yeah, you gotta shave the neck every so
shaving
often.
the neck.
I haven't done that
I'm
in a while.
leaving a bit of hair roll over the jaw, right? Yeah. This is this is ridiculous to listen to for people, but I'm talking about it anyway. This is our fucking podcast. I'll do what I want. This is my one. This is
point,
Christmas and it's my podcast.
We'll get the view if you shut it off at this point, so that's fine.
So I grow a little bit coming over the jawline, right? But the I've had experience growing the chin, so it grows quite thick. And what I'm considering doing is like shaping the bit that grows over the jaw so it like gets longer as it goes, so it comes down into something of a point. That's what I'm thinking of going for.
Be careful, because sometimes it'll do 2 points, like mine.
Yeah, I know. That's my chin tends my chin tends to do that anyway.
See, I have a problem where it's like when I was a baby. The hair grows out on one side of my face and not the other. Whereas when I was a baby, the hair grew on one side of my head.
That's weird.
Not the other.
That's really
Don't
weird.
know why.
That's really bizarre.
So like my sides, like this side doesn't come in nearly as well as this side.
Right. Yeah. That's bizarre.
So I just shave the sides and leave the goatee. But like all of the middle bit is fine.
Yeah.
Like my mustache is incredibly long.
Oh yeah, no, there was a period of mainly your 21st birthday where you had a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, he's turned up the sides. That looks very good.
Yeah,
that looks really good.
Civil War look.
If you, I'd say if you curled the mustache, that would look quite well.
I would
if you
look
did
like
that.
an asshole.
I know. I think it looks quite well. I think it looks good. That's Christmassy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep it like
Santa.
this now for Christmas.
Yeah. Or at least for the Christmas episode, for the duration of it, for the last like half hour.
I'm a big fan of the hat, the peaked hat.
Thank you. I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, because I've been wanting to buy a cap for a while, right? And those flat back, is that what they're called? You know, those caps that have become really popular. Snapbacks, that's the one. They've become really popular, and
they look fucking
I'm
stupid.
not a massive fan. I don't like them. I know people who can pull them off better than I can. My manager Mikey.
Yeah, I should have prefaced. They look fucking stupid on me.
Yeah, they look. It looks quite well on my manager Mikey, but he's a lad.
Yeah, he gets away with it.
Yeah, but my granda has always, whenever he goes for a walk with the dog, he always wears a cap. And it's like a New York, you know, those ones with the N and the Y over each other. He wears one of them, and he's like, oh, it's just great for keeping like raindrops off of himself. And I was like, okay, Brian has gotten his own cap and possibly knocked over the mulled cider.
No, I knocked over the bottle opener.
Oh, that's okay. That doesn't matter. Who gives a shit about that?
Now
we're both wearing caps.
Boys, dad cap boys.
There we go. Yeah, no, because and honestly, since I've gotten it, it really is keeping the rain out of my eyes. And
it's real nice. They're real nice hats.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty well like suited and booted for Christmas this year in general. For the winter, I've got a scarf. I've got like fingerless gloves, so I can still use my phone. Because you know those gloves with the little finger thing for using the touch screen?
It doesn't
work.
No,
and like I acknowledge that I get like cheap shitty ones from pennies, but it works for like a day, and then they get all matted and knotted like all gloves do, and then you can't use them anymore. It's so annoying.
I never told my story.
Oh my.
My fire story.
Oh my. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Wait. Before you do it.
Oh God.
Okay.
Do you want to maybe? Well, I will tell the fire story and talk for a bit and see where we go then.
Yeah.
And end it there somewhere.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bullshit from Brian. Bullshit from Brian. Hair like a lion. A curly haired lion. Bullshit from Brian. Bullshit from Brian. No, I'm not lying. Time for bullshit from Brian at Christmas time. I played that much better than I did for the version of my own segment, but doesn't matter. That's okay. I forgot to adjust it back. We're so good at this.
We're so good.
Oh, you know what? Before you say that, I forgot to mention as well at the start of the episode.
Well,
we've adjusted.
Play that again in reverse.
In backwards, like the solo from "I'm Only Sleeping." Yeah, I keep burping, and I'm sorry. It's awful.
Oh, same. I'm drinking beer.
I'm just drinking so much Pepsi. We've adjusted the mic situation today, so we're sitting facing each other. I feel like the conversation's flowing a lot more naturally.
Yeah, it's way better. Yeah. It's way better.
I put a little towel on the radiator so I can just lean away to my heart's content.
The audacity has stopped freaking out.
Yeah, everything's smooth as silk.
Let me tell you about something that wasn't smooth as silk.
Ooh, tension?
It was about to go to bed. Fireplace. We've had a wooden fire in this house, a wooden fireplace in this house for about 12 years. And it was on fire inside of the fireplace. The inside of the fireplace was burning. And we didn't notice until it was like going to bed, turning off the lights, and it was like, wait, something smells off. And then a small bit of the fireplace like burned outwards. Like a small like hole started to form. And I was like, oh, well, that's not good. And we started feeling up the fireplace and stuff, and it was all hot, all on the inside. So it had all been burning through. And this was at like 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. So we called the firemen.
Yeah, because that's what you do typically when you've got a fire of some kind.
Yeah, it was weird because it was weird because I was like, what do we do? And it was like, we should probably call the firemen. And I was like,
do people do that? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
I know the station's there.
Yeah.
Do you know whose dad's a fireman? You probably do. Wishing Comfort.
Yeah.
Remember he used to dress as a fireman? He comes into our shop, and he's one of the people who, sorry to interrupt you, but obviously I'm not sorry because I'm doing it. He comes into the shop and he's one of the people who leaves a loyalty card there because he always loses it. So we have a loyalty card there put aside for him. And he's like slightly related to me. He's related to my mother. Ocean Comerford's like my second cousin.
So
I started. I started working there, and they have his card under fireman. That's it.
Oh wow.
That's how they know him. Yeah. So people actually do this for a living, and they came to your house. That's insane.
Yeah, and 2 fire trucks showed up.
Ooh, that's way too much.
And I sent a picture to our group chat.
Yeah, I didn't see the picture. I saw you discussing it briefly.
I sent 2 pictures of the fire trucks outside, and then underneath it just oops, and no other context
Very
bar
good.
that.
I wish I'd seen that. That would have been good.
And yeah, the whole fireplace had to be taken out, and everything had to be like gutted, and we had to get a new fireplace in.
But you got it really quickly, and it's very nice. It's possibly
because
nicer
it's around
than
Christmas.
The one you had.
Usually insurance companies and stuff will take their sweet time with stuff, but because it's right around Christmas,
that's good.
They're like, we want to get this sorted.
I would be worried that an insurance company around Christmas would be like, oh, we're just so swamped with Christmas.
No, they were really, really nice.
That's awesome. That's really great. Yeah.
And paid out enough.
Yeah,
that we managed to replace the fireplace, which is all we wanted. We weren't.
Yeah.
The fact that we were just like, we just need a new fireplace. Really kind of helped us, because sometimes people are like, we want a new fireplace, we want the carpet replaced, we need new couches too.
Yeah.
Trying to get as much money as possible out of it.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, look, we really just want to fix the fireplace before Christmas.
You were easy to deal with.
Yeah, we weren't. We were obviously just there to get our fireplace fixed, not to get free money.
Yeah, so that's 2 stories this week about miscellaneous incidents with fire. So there we go. I suppose you could call us a fire podcast? Is that a thing? Is that a slang thing? Is that a thing young people say?
It was lit!
It was lit. Yeah, that's right. That's the thing. That's the thing that people say. We have both...
Ooh, fidget spinners!
Both myself, and...
Pranks! Diss tracks!
Vines!
Oh, dude, Vine's dead. Vine is dead.
I know.
Vine 2.
Vine compilations. Vine compilations.
Vine compilations. Memes. Dank memes.
Yeah,
dude.
Loads of memes.
Dank
memes. Isn't it crazy how memes have developed? I know I touched on this earlier, but I'm having a midlife crisis at the age of 21.
Oh, I love memes. They're incredibly interesting. I don't love memes in that I shout memes out in person because
I fucking hate those people. They're the worst people.
I fucking hate people who do that. Get out of my life.
Yeah.
Make your own jokes. But I look at memes and I'll look at them on my Twitter and be like, "Heh, that's pretty funny."
Yeah.
And that's where it ends.
I would occasionally send one to my girlfriend.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, me and Ali will send them back and forth and fuck around and we'll watch meme compilations and stuff when we're drinking, just because it's really simple to consume entertainment.
Yeah. In general, in the 21st century.
Yeah. Like YouTube compilations and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like them just because it's such a weird thing that only exists now, but also kind of existed back in the day.
Yeah, but in a way different format. It's weird how much it's grown, because we've seen the whole thing happen. Do you know? There's a guy that we both know. I'll tell you who it was off air, right? But he, I don't really know him. You would know him better than I would. And one day I was in Tully's, the pub we mentioned earlier, and I was waiting for ye. You possibly weren't coming, but I was waiting for our friends, right?
Yeah.
And this guy was there, and I was chatting to him, and we were chatting about how cool it is when actors do things on the fly. In films and TV and stuff, and when it's
Leonardo
improv,
smashing the glass and cutting his hands.
Improv stuff that just worked so well that they kept it, And he told me this story that I had read from a meme. Was one of those Tumblr posts. I'm not on Tumblr, but I see them all the time.
Yeah, you see them.
I have the best of Tumblr and stuff on Facebook, because you get some great shit without actually having to be on Tumblr, which terrifies me. And he told me the story of this scene from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, in which Will Smith breaks down and says, when he's talking about his father, and says, "Why doesn't he love me?" And then the guy playing his uncle gives him a hug. And I remember that I read the Tumblr post, and it was the moment you find out that this wasn't scripted, and Will Smith's character was supposed to be totally okay with his father not loving him, but Will Smith's real father didn't love him, and so this isn't a hug from a character to a character. This is a hug from an actor to an actor, right? And this guy recited the entire meme to me verbatim. Like the whole thing, line by line, like he used that like character to character, actor to actor thing, and he said the moment when at the beginning of it, and I was like, how do you end up in a point in your life where you've memorized a meme as though it's an incredibly brisk monologue?
Yeah.
What is that? And like I know it's awful. I know it's awful to just slam on this guy, but he was like. He told the story, and when he was like, so when Will Smith says, why doesn't he love me? He acted it. So he was like, why doesn't he love me?
Oh no.
And I was like, oh no, don't try and
do that.
Don't try and act it, and don't try and act it black.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna make the first mistake, don't make the second.
Look, living in Ireland, I'm gonna make a wild guess here and say that he probably wasn't black.
He was not. He's definitely
wasn't
He's
an
incredibly
African American
white,
man.
like dude. Very same as ourselves, but
yeah. But like we
know not to try.
Yeah,
you know,
because it's just not gonna sound good. You're gonna sound stupid.
It was just bizarre.
Yeah,
it was so weird, and I just had to sit there with him then. But you know, the thing about that guy is he's got such a small dick that you know.
Oh, you didn't say his name.
I know, yeah,
good.
but I'm still throwing it in there just to be extra safe. You know, it's nice to just completely protect yourself, because I feel like I'm going to do a lot of bitching on this. I feel like I already have. You know what? I don't know about Arnold Schwarzenegger's dick, because I'm not trying to discourage him from taking offense to this. If he hears
took a lot of steroids,
I want
man.
him. Yeah, he took loads of steroids, and his dick is definitely small. But I'm not even fixating on that. What I'm fixating with Schwarzenegger is that he's a bad bloke and he doesn't deserve all the money he has, and we should all stop paying attention to him. We have the power.
Man.
We have the power.
I'm still gonna watch Conan. Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't understand you and Conan. I haven't even seen Conan. Okay, so how are we looking on time? I feel like we've just been rambling.
We're
for
at
ages.
an hour and 40.
An hour and 40.
Yeah.
I think that makes up for last week, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
In my own perfect world, the podcast would go on forever. It would never stop.
Yeah, but like after this, we stop recording and then we just chat. But the conversations we have are about how the podcast went, and it's just this.
And then we edit, and then maybe watch like a video or something.
And then I go to bed because I'm incredibly tired all the time.
Yeah, it sucks. We never get to hang out.
I know, but we got to do this. We got to chat.
Nah,
it's
this
fun.
isn't the same.
Yeah, whatever. It'll do the job.
You can't go on your racist tirades on the podcast.
You're right. You know, I have to censor myself so much. You know. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. And you know, some people are listening to them, some people are enjoying them. That's nice.
So I guess we'll be back after Christmas.
Yeah, we'll be back immediately after Christmas. It's 2 days after Christmas. I checked. It's the day after Stephen's Day that we record next. So I think it's the day after that we release it.
It's the 30th of December.
The 30th?
The day before New Year's.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So quite a bit after Christmas.
Yeah.
So, you know, we could have done this Christmas episode then, but, you know, it would have kind of passed by then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We'd all be looking forward to New Year's. It's over. There's such a short space of time between those two events. Obviously,
no one's
Christmas
listen to
is bigger.
It would be up on New Year's then.
Exactly. Who's going to listen to a podcast about Batman and Robin when it's not Christmas time?
So I guess... Are we going to do a New Year's one?
Or look, we will do one at New Year's. It doesn't necessarily have to be a New Year's
Oh, yeah,
one.
no, we'll do one on the 30th.
Yeah, well, actually, you know what? It's worth saying this now. We probably should have said this earlier. We've got a couple of requests. I think we've got 4 now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start working through those.
Yeah,
I have a list in my mind of the order that they go in.
You should
so
get
I know
that list on paper and give it to me.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
So
For what it's worth for everyone listening, the list of recommendations goes Roisin, Amanda, Oisin, and then Ali.
These are all the people who sent us in.
Yeah, these are all the people who have suggested films. So next time we're going to try and find Roisin's one again. We couldn't find that one.
I'll give it another go, and if I need to, I'll probably purchase it somewhere.
Yeah. So we'll have that for next week, and
I can put that down. That'll get taken away from my taxes because
of course, because this is what we do. This is what we do professionally.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. Starting from now on, we're just going to do the list, and we're going to see how long that lasts us, and after that, we'll see what we do. But for now, Brian's reign of terror on the films that we watch for this podcast has officially ended, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
we've done it. I got to get one jab in at him. He says he didn't hate it. I disagree.
The last of me.
Oh, so essentially, please, people, continue recommending stuff so that we never have to watch something that Brian finds for us ever again.
And also, if you're like, man, I don't know how to recommend a movie, instead of recommending a movie, recommend the podcast to one of your friends.
Yeah, do that, of course, because, and if you recommend a movie to us, while you're in a recommending type of mood, just hit a couple of people with that sweet link,
And so here's the deal, right? You're thinking to yourself, I'd love to do that. I'm a big fan of this podcast.
Of course you are.
I'd like it to grow because we'd like it to grow. Of course I am. Yeah. We'd like it to grow too. So what you can do is you can hit us up. Maybe send us an email.
Yeah, you can reach us at tlostpod on Twitter.
At tlostpod on Twitter. You remember that more than I did?
Yeah. You never
Translation
remember it.
Lost on Facebook.
Yeah.
Translation Lost Podcast on Facebook.
Yeah, I think, is it Translation Lost Pod or podcast for the Gmail?
The Gmail is translationlostpod@gmail.com.
Fantastic. And this is all going to be written in the thumbnail anyway.
And
so
on the screen. I put it on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So hit us with a message or something, or please feel free to share with your friends. Please definitely feel free to do that. You are very free to do it. We want you to, actually.
You are as free to do that
as
this podcast you're listening to right now is free from us.
Yeah.
So maybe, maybe you think to yourself, these guys are kind of being nice giving out a whole free podcast. Yeah. Maybe I should tell my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah,
saying.
We don't
Finn.
want any money. He's not going to tell us. So yeah, if it's not so much you should feel free to it. You should actually feel kind of pressured. We just want people to hear this, and if you wouldn't mind passing it along, that'd be great.
Yeah,
but for now,
we really want more people to hear this.
For now, definitely. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us through a couple of weeks of
if
difficulties.
You're here, if you are sitting here right now still listening to this podcast, here's a very special Christmas message for you.
Fuck you.
Oh no. No.
Sorry, you paused and that was your mistake.
You're like the polar opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
And Dara loves you.
Oh, that hurt me. That hurt me right inside. I'm the opposite. Oh no, yeah, that's a good thing.
I said to everyone out there. They're the polar opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, they're the polar.
They're great,
okay.
And Dara loves them.
Okay, right. Okay, I thought you were implying that I was the polar opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I thought that you were implying that you still thought he was great and that I hadn't done my job. But now we've.
I still think Conan is great.
Oh, okay. It's time to wrap this up. I can't hear you talk about Conan anymore.
At TLostPod on Twitter.
translationlostpod@gmail.com and Translation Lost Podcast on Facebook. Find us there. Have a great Christmas. We're Translation Lost, and we will be better at this next week.